My name is Lamour Supreme and I work for Mishka NYC, based out of Brooklyn, New York. Ever since I was a child, I was always fascinated by comic books, the graphic element, the storytelling, and kind of like the legends or these heroes that were created through this art form of comic books. That's really the impetus that kind of like made me want to draw. As you progress, you realize, oh, I could change this about this character or change that about that character, and you can start making your own characters. And then you realize, like, literally you can create your own world or reality through the art form of comics. As a child, and I became fascinated with special effects, Fangoria magazine, like old horror comics. So all young kids, if you're listening out there, get up on EC horror comics, like of the past. Freak Show, Tales from the Crypt, like all these, there's great comics out there and the covers were great. The first horror film was probably American Werewolf in London, and I convinced my mom to take me. It was pretty amazing to see that film in the theaters. That had a great impact on me. If I had to pick one favorite horror movie, it would probably be Suspiria. I remember the commercial as a kid, and I'd just like either run out of the room or be paralyzed with fear. You know, I grew up in the Bronx. The kids in the Bronx, like, they really mess with you. I mean, it's not like today where, it's safe for kids to go out trick-or-treating. Back then, there would be like a car full of kids with fire extinguishers. They would put like Nair in your hair, like hit you with rotten eggs. Like it wasn't like a fun experience to go trick-or-treating. It was more about like survival. There would be like this little 5 and dime shop in the Bronx that my mom would go to, but during Halloween they would have these like really high-end, full-headed like latex masks like set up, and I would be obsessed with those. Just looking at them, and like maybe like one day I could possibly own one of these masks, it just made me want to make masks. If you're gonna make a Halloween costume, I say be as original as possible. And obviously that's gonna entail some sort of like homemade DIY thing that you have to make for the costume, for it to look legit. And then the accessories are the things that you may wanna make. You may not know how to make a mask, or you may not know how to make a sword or a staff, but like figuring it out and making it is probably more fun than actually wearing the costume. It's about innovating. It's one of the hardest things to do is to be innovative. That's all you should be concerned with. Not even if it's good or if it's bad, just innovate. Dress up, like it's fun. It's fun to be a different person, for a little bit.